Welcome on into Triple F. We're bringing you a new edition of Any Given Podcast here on Fridays and Fridays only. It's going to be a little short, a little extra, just something in addition to Any Given Podcast. We got Triple F here. You can guess what the two F's are for. Football, Friday. I'll give you a guess on the third. I'm not going to say it on the podcast. With me is my main man, Ethan Simpson. Next to me as well is my main man, Randy Paskey. We're going to go ahead and get into the current state of affairs that is Cleveland Browns football. What do you guys think?
As I watch the Browns come up short again against the Steelers specifically, I'm not ready to panic because I was looking at this season before it started thinking we're probably definitely not going to beat the Ravens in this division, and we're probably definitely not going to beat the Steelers this year, and we shouldn't look at third place and missing the playoffs this year as a failure. And the team needs to produce, but being 4-2, yeah, we lost to our two main division rivals, and we're in the best division in the NFL. And like a lot of people are real quick to bail on Baker Mayfield, saying I was watching First Take, I was watching PTI saying Odell and Jarvis, they're saying that they need to demand trades and get out of here because they don't want to be here so bad that it's a train wreck. Baker's not the guy, and it's like that's the common denominator of the Cleveland Browns is giving up right when the going gets tough. Really, is pulling the guy, firing the coach, changing everything up, and completely stripping the team of any confidence. And that's exactly what's going to happen. There's no reason for Case Keenum to get any reps on this team as long as Baker Mayfield isn't completely injured. I'll start there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a great meme of the two people fighting, and the person like doing like the pose, and it's like new Browns fans at 4-2, and it's like real Browns fans who lived through the 1-31 streak. Which, I mean, after that, this is the best Browns team I've seen since 2014.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, the last winning team we had for most of the year was 2014. And you know who was under center then?
That was Brian Hoyer.
Here's what I was going to say. What do you think Brian Hoyer, if people are actually saying get rid of Baker, put in Case Keenum, draft Trevor Lawrence, which I hate Trevor Lawrence. I'll just say it right now.
I would absolutely. I wouldn't go as far as to say I hate him, but that's like I feel like even though he plays quarterback, I feel like that's like Tim Riggins from Friday Night Lights coming to Cleveland to play quarterback, and I don't like it.
Yeah, but what do you think? Imagine if we had this team in 2014 with Brian Hoyer under center. We could have won the goddamn Super Bowl.
The dude could move. Brian Hoyer had wheels. That's why he tore his ACL, because he was sliding. He was sliding out of the pocket.
On Tuesday, I showed Brendan, he's never heard it, but the Ballad of Brian Hoyer. And I almost cried in front of him. That was kind of...
It's been stuck in my head since Tuesday.
Song gets me deep down.
I haven't heard it.
Oh, well, we might have to just play it after this. We wrote and did the song, and it was somebody from Cleveland, but back to Sorry?
Yeah, go ahead. No, I feel like I might have heard that, but go ahead.
Back to the Browns Steelers. The Steelers are who we thought they were. The Ravens are who we thought they were. The Browns did not. They just didn't come out. It was
They didn't come out, and you knew it was over as soon as the first pick six happened.
Oh
You
yeah.
knew it was over. Being a Browns fan, you're like, that's it, dude, because we're in Pittsburgh, and and that's what a lot of people that don't really watch football or really watch sports like closely or like study it don't understand how big of a momentum game it is. It's like when you used to play like Madden and NCAA, and you could like tap the left trigger to like pump the crowd up, and like the momentum, like game breaker and all that, like is a thing because like they just blew the lid off the game right away. They're like, "Oh, we're in your head now, Baker. Like you're done." Like, and that can happen to any NFL quarterback any given game and bounce back. Like there's so many different quarterbacks in the league scattered all over the place right now that are getting second chances and players that aren't other positions that have gotten second chances and come back, and it's like, oh yeah, maybe that dude could have been the guy. I mean, you and I can agree that Brian Hoyer could still be the quarterback of this team right now. Still, right now, he could be probably playing. He should at least be the backup. That's why I would. If he was the backup, if that was something, when Case Keenum went in there, it looked like there was a bunch of Gumby guys out there. There was just sticks of gum out there playing receiver and running back.
Because there was.
Like, nobody had any pep in their step at all. Just completely deflated. Like, oh yeah, sure.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I get your guys' point, and I understand that the Browns probably shouldn't be where the Steelers and Ravens are, like you said, but as a Browns fan, when do you get tired of just reasoning with yourselves that they just gave a piss poor effort and quit halfway through a game against a division rival?
I absolutely accept that. I know that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When do you stop accepting that? Because me, as a Cowboys fan, as you can see, like I'm all ready to go smack some people in the face. Just because our defense can't stop anybody from getting a first down. Kyler Murray in that second half on Monday looked like the second coming of Jesus. And I'm just
shout out to the Cardinals.
I'm just saying,
my other team.
Like we can sit here on this Friday, 5 days later, and be reasonable about it and be like, yeah, maybe that's where maybe we were being too overhyped by the Browns. No, it's time. Believe it or not, the Browns are built to win now. They're built to win in January when it's time to run the ball, slow the game down. They're built like the Titans of last year. I get they've got injuries. I get Baker has a rib injury. But to get absolutely slacked, and just not look like you don't even deserve to be or belong on the same field, when do we stop justifying that?
Yeah, that's the problem, but that's the common denominator is the Steelers and the Ravens have stuck together as a franchise with many different players, many different coaches, members of the organization. The fabric of the organization is woven together and persevered through trials and tribulations. And that's just the only thing that the Cleveland Browns organization has not tried. And I don't understand how that is clear as day to me. That's like, hey, like, Hugh Jackson was like the only real exception for me that was like, dude, yeah, get this guy out of here right now. Like, he's definitely not the one. Get him out of here. Freddie Kitchens, still probably, like, I didn't agree with the hire in the first place. I didn't agree with them moving him up. I would have personally went for Greg Williams. That's who I wanted to be the coach.
Absolutely.
I was ready for the coach to be Kyle Shanahan years ago. Kyle Shanahan just went to the Super Bowl, and Romeo Crennel is out here coaching right now with the Texans. Like,
what about Pettin?
What'd you say?
What about Mike? Silent Mike, as my dad called him, Mike Pettin.
Oh, Mike Pettin. Mike Pettin was a joke, but still needed some, like, could have used some time and some continuity to get better.
Dante Whitner was actually on Cleveland radio earlier this week talking about his time with Mike Pettin and with Hoyer and the 7 and whatever season that they had. He said that they were all in on Mike Pettin. They loved the dude. And then Haslam forced the play of Johnny Manziel, and it completely ruined the season.
Oh, yeah. I was totally – yeah, Johnny Manziel should have been sitting on the bench unless Brian Hoyer was hurt. That was exactly – as soon as Brian Hoyer comes back, you got to take him out.
Yeah, but enough.
Johnny Manziel should have stayed his ass in College Station.
Yeah,
we can't even waste time talking about.
Enough with Manziel. Let's get back to the current state of affairs of Cleveland Browns football and Baker Mayfield. Where do we place the blame on if he's not the quarterback in 2 years?
If he's not the quarterback in 2 years, or if he's not the quarterback in 2 games.
I think he's not. I think he's going to be the quarterback within 2 games. I don't.
He's got to be the key. He has to be the quarterback for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's going to for sure get the rest of this season. I'm just talking about when they start.
Is he though?
Yeah. They would have to fall off a cliff, not win a single game for the next 6 games, and start losing to teams like the Jaguars, the Jets, and the Giants.
They gotta protect him. And this is what they're and I don't understand how there's people of all skill levels and interest in football that are delving into this film of the Browns playing. They're like, okay, look, they're running a cover 2, like clearly they just have like a spy robber safety right here. Like they're not like, it's like he's just not making the right decision. If his first decision isn't there, he panics immediately. And it's like he tries to make these ridiculous throws running out of the pocket and stuff, but he won't stand in the pocket and force the designed throw where there's like a 7-yard window. Instead, he'll wait too long, scramble out of the pocket, and then try to heave it off his back foot, compensate for being short, throw it into 5 people, and it gets intercepted. It's like, I'm going to try to squeeze that pass in there, but I won't just stick it in there and go for it. And it's like, right now, the Browns, I don't care who's running the ball. Even if Kareem Hunt got hurt, I'm running the ball. I'm 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, I'm running the ball. And in the last game, they ran the ball to the right every single time.
Well, here's the thing. What they're trying to do. They're trying to use Kareem Hunt as a power back. I've said this a million times. I think people are sick of hearing me say this, especially people I watch games with. He is a speed back, not a power back. What the Browns should have done, they should have worked their ass off to get Le'Veon Bell.
I said the same thing.
Or put a fullback in there to make a way for Kareem if he's going up the middle.
But they need to not get. They're so cute. They try to do so much cute shit that it drives me insane. Like they try to disguise so many things on offense, and they're making it too complicated on Baker because it's like I could run this team with the Madden playbook with ace formation, single back, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and I form 2 receivers, 1 tight end. Those are the only plays I need. Those 2 formations, and I'll be able to beat you with the players. Unlike aside from people getting tired and people getting hurt,
Yeah.
But
obviously, Nick Chubb going down was a big hit to our offense and pretty much our offensive scheme. But you have to adapt to that. That happens. It's football. It's a contact sport.
I could have called that at the beginning of the season. I just didn't want to say it. I didn't want to jinx it. I could have said, one of these dudes is going to get hurt. For sure, they're going to pound the ball to these guys. I hope they pound the ball to these guys. But to me, it's just that they are making it way too complicated when they try to throw the ball. I don't see them throwing easy, quick slants, quick out routes, like boom, right now decisions. That's what it needs to be. And it's really should be very simplified in Baker Mayfield's mind. Just on key downs, it's got to be, I'm looking at Odell first or I'm looking at Jarvis first. If they're split on the opposite side of the field, if they're on the same side of the field, one of those guys is my first read and one of those guys is my second read. And if they're not there, then you maybe roll out, but dude, one of those dudes are going to beat their guy 9 out of 10 times. 8 out of 10 times they're going to get an inch of separation and be able to make a play. I mean, and it honestly drives me insane to have the depth that we have with Hooper, Njoku, Chubb, Hunt, and the receivers we have. It drives me insane that last year we had Terrell Pryor and we had Braxton Miller on the practice squad in the summer. And they didn't, somehow both those players didn't make the team.
Yeah, I would. When Terrell Pryor was here a couple years back, he was fantastic. He was the best receiver we had. And
he wasn't supposed to be.
I know. And Braxton Miller would have been a fantastic kick returner. I don't know why they didn't hold on to those guys.
And you could just have the fact that they literally Terrell Pryor and Braxton Miller both played quarterback and wide receiver. You're already doing all these kinds of crazy trick reverses and stuff like that. Which it's like
the problem is nobody's scared of Terrell Pryor or Braxton Miller anymore.
They could have been. They could have been though.
Braxton Miller's a scrub.
They could have been though.
He's been a scrub.
He'd be a decent punt returner though.
He'd be a decent fourth string receiver.
Give me Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I'm down with him.
Give me Donovan Peoples-Jones over Braxton Miller. Braxton Miller, excuse my French, hasn't done shit in the NFL.
That's fair.
Nothing, not a thing. He can't make a Texans roster back when the only option they had was DeAndre Hopkins. Braxton Miller was never going to make this team. If we're talking about last year's summer squad, give me Jalen Strong over him.
I'll give you that. Yeah. For sure. But it's got to be keep it simple. It's got to be don't panic. It's got to be persevere. It's got to be don't give up attitude. But
don't take off your shoes and throw your helmet attitude.
Yeah.
Don't be in the mentality that when you're down 10, the game is over 2 minutes into a game.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. That Sunday, it was the same as game one. It was just, we got our asses kicked. Obviously, Pittsburgh and the Ravens are a better team because their organization has stuck around longer. The players have played together longer. That's just the simple facts. That's what football is. It's a simple fact. You can't just throw a team together. This isn't major league, you know. You can't throw a team together with random people and be like, all right, take us to the playoffs.
Yeah, well, yeah, even crazier than it's more realistic and crazier than Major League because even throwing a bunch of talented players together, really good all-star players, doesn't necessarily mean, boom, we're going to be winning the Super Bowl. Maybe get to the playoffs, maybe, but like still not tried and true. It's like.
Speaking of star players, and before we get into Browns Bengals this Sunday, what do you guys think of Antonio Brown looking to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Oh, yeah, they agreed on that contract.
Yeah.
They agreed.
Yeah, he's going to be a Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
I saw on Twitter earlier that he was meeting with them and the Seahawks, was it?
Yeah, right before we hopped on, ESPN updated me that they agreed on a contract.
Wow.
A 1-year contract.
That's why Tom Brady and Gronk went to Tampa Bay in the first place.
They're trying to get Antonio.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to. They couldn't. There's no way he could play for Bill Belichick.
No.
So
absolutely not.
He just had to get out of there.
My thoughts on AB coming back to the league. Good for him.
Hope he can keep it together. I hope he doesn't have CTE, extreme CTE.
He definitely has CTE, that's a fact.
Because that's definitely like.
So does Gronk, Phil.
Definitely not as bad yet. He's like grunted some hits, I feel like a little bit better.
I'm back in the league.
My friend Patrick Hanley that went to Kent State for fine arts just painted a Louis Vuitton bag for Antonio Brown a couple weeks ago.
That's dope.
He put his initials on it, and the other side says "Boomin" with a stereo.
He's getting his pregame fits ready.
Yeah, he carries his shoulder pads and his jersey and his helmet into the stadium in a Prada tote.
That shit should already be there.
Right. I never understood that. When I played baseball, I carried all of my catcher's equipment, my bat, my glove, or both my gloves, my everything in an Easton hockey bag because it was big enough to carry everything. Why do you need a goddamn Prada bag?
Well, we weren't getting paid to play, man. We were paying to play at some point. This man's getting paid to play. His shoulder pads should already be in his locker. What professional player is taking shoulder pads home?
This man also has, like he said, extreme CTE. So who knows? He probably thinks the underpants gnomes are coming to take his pads.
All right, dude, he was looking wild and crazy when he was leaving court the last time.
Oh yeah, I know. 1 second, guys. Hold on. Howie's got something to say. All right, Howie's telling us that it's now prediction time for the podcast.
Prediction time. All right.
For week 7, I'm going to start off with probably the most anticipated game of the week. The 5-0 Steelers at the 5-0 Titans. We'll start with you, Randy. Who do you have winning that one?
I'm going to take Mike Vrabel and the Titans in that game. Wishfully thinking, but I actually do think the Titans and Derrick Henry get it done.
6'3" running back? Absolutely. He was my number 1 overall pick.
I'm thinking 24-17 Titans.
There you go. Brendan?
You guys are going to hate me for this, but I'm going to say the Steelers. Numbers say that passing is the way to beat the Steelers. So unless Ryan Tannehill is beating the Steelers on his own, I think they're gonna gang up to put 8 in the box, 9 in the box to stop Derrick Henry and make him go 1-on-1 on the outside and Ryan Tannehill beat him. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think the Titans lose. Steelers win 17-14.
You guys, I don't know if you know this, Randy, but I don't give out numbers or final score predictions. I just give out who's going to win. I'm going to roll with you, though, Randy. I'm taking the Titans.
You got to.
All right. So number 2 is Brendan's Cowboys, 2-4, versus the Washington R-Words, a.k.a. the football team, who are 1-5. We'll start with you, Brendan, because that's your team.
I know we're pretty bad right now. The Cowboys are pretty bad right now, but I can't see them losing to Kyle Allen. 10-7 Cowboys.
Okay.
Randy?
It's going to be Cowboys. Andy Dalton's going to make it rain. Can't go with the team. Even though the NFC East is anybody's division to win.
Yeah, I'm going to have to roll with the Red Rocket as well. Go with the Cowboys. So should we just skip this next one? 4-2 Bills at the 0-6 Jets. We can just skip that. I think we're all going to agree who wins that game.
Yeah, Josh Allen gets back on track.
My guy too.
Nice. That's like a spring training game for them.
Right. So we're going to go straight on to the 3-3 Panthers versus the 3-2 Saints. Randy?
This is a tough one, but I'm going to probably say the Saints are looking a little more late season resilient than the Panthers are.
Give me the Panthers.
Mid-season push.
No Michael Thomas, no Emmanuel Sanders. That means Drew Brees is only going to be able to throw for 150 yards. Give me the Panthers in a close one.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say Panthers. Also, too, it's I mean, I wouldn't call it a revenge game, but it's still Teddy Bridgewater going back to the Saints, who he won 5 games in a row for, and then benched him for an injured Drew Brees. So I'm taking Panthers. Next one is the 4-1 Packers versus the 1-5 Texans.
I'm thinking.
Oh, sorry, Randy.
I'm not too hip. I know the Packers are tight in the power rankings. But I'm going to take the Packers this week.
Said Packers Texans.
Yeah.
Give me the Texans. Deshaun Watson and Houston are gonna have to start winning games if they look. They're a good team, man. I don't know what they just started out with. Kansas City, Baltimore. Those were weeks 1 and 2. They got beat by teams that are Super Bowl contenders. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So the Texans are going to start winning games that people aren't going to expect them to, just because they're a borderline playoff team to me, even after firing probably the best decision they ever made, Bill O'Brien, who seems to just build up and then destroy that team here and there. Let's trade for Laramie Tunsil and then the next year trade possibly the best wide receiver in all football.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. My pick is Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? I'm going with Brendan because I love Romeo Crennel. He's a great defensive coordinator. He was not a good head coach, but he's an interim head coach, which means he doesn't have that official title. So I'm going to take Texans.
He's in the record books, though. It's official. He's the oldest head coach in NFL history.
Wow. Shout out to Romeo.
All right, here we go, boys. Here's the big one. Your 4-2 Cleveland Browns at the 4-1 Cincinnati Bengals. Randy?
I'm looking for it to be a little bit better game than the Pittsburgh Steelers game. I don't know if you saw my meme. It got quite a bit of love from a lot of Barstool followers, but it didn't get any retweets. It got 30 likes, and I'm like, how do I get 30 likes and not one retweet?
Because that was the only thing about Twitter.
It was a really good meme. The Pawn Stars guys.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm just going in there and saying, hey, I really would like to just see a good game today. That's why I like watching the Red Zone, because if the Browns are playing bad, at least I get to see a couple nice, good plays, some good blocking, a couple first downs, a couple touchdowns, and that's all I really want to see. Is the Bengals are going to be looking for big revenge. Joe Burrow is going to be letting them nuts hang, trying to get to Baker Mayfield to submit to him this week. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Browns are going to buckle down. I think they're going to assert their dominance over the Bengals at least, and they're going to get a win. And it's going to be another 30-point game for the Browns. I'll say 30-14 Browns.
Brendan?
It's the Browns' defense's coming out party.
I was gonna say.
Myles Garrett's gonna have 3.5 sacks. The Bengals are without Joe Mixon and one of their best offensive linemen on a already putrid offensive line. Joe Burrow's gonna be running for his life all day. Expect the Browns to win by double digits and possibly score over 30.
Yeah, I'm going with my dogs. This is my dog pound. I'm going with my dogs. All right, so here's another good one. We got the Detroit Rock City Lions facing the Hotlanta Falcons. Detroit Rock City is 2-3. Atlanta is 1-5.
Atlanta's dying to win. They gotta win. It's a must-win for Atlanta.
Well, Matty Ice his job's on the fucking line.
Totally.
And whatever. I swear. This is just going on. Whatever. I don't care.
It's YouTube.
Bleep that.
It's not the
Put a
NFL.
hard bleep on that. It's more attractive if there's bleep sensors. You should put a little thing over your mouth too. You should Photoshop masks over our faces.
We're good without the mask.
Yeah, just like Cowboys green screen, Browns green screen.
Little, just like, well, I mean, at least Howie's got the mask, but his nose is sticking out. Got it over his mouth, but not his nose.
Yeah, but it looks like he already succumbed to the coronavirus. So
Yeah, he might have.
a little too late.
A little too late for Howie. Hungry Howie.
He's taking the Falcons. I'll go with the Lions. Look, the Falcons just don't know how to close games. Expect them to lose another one and start shopping Julio Jones.
Yeah, Julio Jones, Matt Ryan. Thank you. I blanked out for a second because I swore. But Matt Ryan and Julio Jones are right now fighting for the job in Atlanta. I would say take the Lions because Matt Stafford, contrary to popular belief, is actually a really good quarterback. He's just been destroyed. And they have Adrian Peterson. Look, I understand Adrian Peterson is an aging running back, but he still gets the job done.
Well,
hear me out. What about Browns trade Case Keenum and our incredible punter, the leg, for Matt Stafford?
You're gonna do that? Just trade Baker.
No, Baker's the backup quarterback now.
But if you're gonna do that, just trade
backup
him.
guy.
I always give Matt Stafford when I play Madden. Granted, this was before Baker. I would always trade for Matt Stafford. That was the first thing I would do.
That's a solid pickup for the Browns.
Strong arm, just very terrible organization he's been a part of. Like
no offensive line. But that's the problem. You come to Cleveland, there's still no O-line. Hey. I mean, it's granted the O-line is better this year, but
that one hole we thought is the number one rated guard in all of football.
Yeah. Siri, Rays World Series score.
Last I checked, they were down 3-0 in game
5-0 in game 3. So going on to that, the 4-2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers play the 3-2 Las Vegas Raiders. Who do you guys have here?
Is AB active?
No. He's still suspended for 2 more weeks.
Oh, man. Like, that makes a difference at all.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't at all.
It doesn't.
Well, you guys, hold on. Before you answer that, you gotta remember.
Hold on. That's going to be my point, so don't say it.
Okay. All right.
I'll cut in front of you just to say it. But give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going away because the Las Vegas Raiders might not have an offensive line on Sunday.
Oh, that was the point you were going to make?
Yeah, so what were you saying?
I was going to say you got to remember that John Gruden was the coach of the Raiders, then the Buccaneers. He was the coach of the Buccaneers when they beat the Raiders
in the Super Bowl.
And then he went back to the Raiders. And you know what? You got to think that's not feeling too well in the organization. Maybe not with these new players, but just in general with the fans.
Yeah, that was like 03. I don't know if Bruce Arians is that pissed off that John Gruden won a title.
With the fans.
I'm sure the Oakland fans are pissed.
Oh, the Oakland fans are obviously pissed. I'm talking about the Tampa Bay fans. For him, not coming back and going to Las Vegas, or he technically went to Oakland.
Yeah. They're still the Oakland Raiders.
I should be every Twitter person ever. Tampa Bay has fans.
Oh, come on, man.
I know. It's not right.
Corey Harris is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Big time shout out.
They're my number 2. I have a signed Mike Allstott.
My dad is a big time Buccaneers fan.
No, I love Mike Allstott, man.
Yeah, you gotta love Mike.
One of the first Super Bowls I ever watched was that Buccaneers Super Bowl, so it'll always live somewhere in there for me. You know what I'm saying?
The greatest Super Bowl halftime show had to be the one with Janet and Justin. Jackson. I
get where you're going. So yeah, It could have been topped. I'm not going to say it, but it could have been topped.
All right, so who do you guys have? Buccaneers and Raiders?
Give me Tampa
Bay. Yeah, I'm taking Tampa Bay.
The Raiders, like I said, the Raiders are going to be without an offensive line for possibly 2 weeks, which means they might not have that starting offensive line next week for the Browns game. So give me Tampa Bay this week.
I'm taking Tampa Bay too. I'm all in on Tampa Bay, I guess, now. So the next one is, now this is another good one. The 1-5 Jaguars versus the 1-4 Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers for sure. Hope Tyrod's healing up.
I'm taking the Chargers, but Tyrod's never going to get his job back because Justin Herbert has looked fantastic.
Yeah, he has looked great, and I like his style out there.
I really want to say the Jaguars just because I like Minshew a lot. He's got that swagger, but yeah, Justin Herbert. I mean, you have to go with the Chargers.
Just common sense says Justin Herbert has more weapons, a better defense. Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Gardner Minshew has Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
And Joe Schobert.
So, next game, the 3-3 49ers as the 3-3 49ers at the Patriots, who are 2-3. This is a little bit of a, I don't know. Would you say it's bittersweet for Belichick, or do you think Belichick's pissed with this game?
I think he'll maybe second guess the trade a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if Gilmore's not playing. If Gilmore's still not back and Jimmy G does what over 200 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns, and Cam doesn't look that great, possibly it could be that. However, I do think that the Patriots win this game.
Yeah, I'd like to see Jimmy G get a revenge game, but I'm liking the Patriots' run game. Cam Newton running the ball a little bit.
Yeah, I'll take the Patriots on this one too. I just think that you think Belichick is kicking himself because he traded the next Tom Brady, not because Jimmy G's as good as Tom Brady, just because they're both handsome as hell.
Nah, I think Belichick's happy with his Subway commercials.
Yeah, Belichick's doing ads now, so he can't say he's lost a lot of power in that locker room. They're like, yeah, he was like almighty before. He was like not like touching cell phones and stuff, and like not in commercials. And now they're just like, dude, you sold out, coach.
Coach, you lost your fucking goddamn golden goose.
Coach, I'm late. I was at Subway. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, this is going to be an easy one, but the 5-1 Chiefs are facing the 2-3 Broncos.
Chiefs for days.
Chiefs.
So the Chiefs will be riding their Broncos into the sunset, and this is a good one for you there, Randy Pesquito. 5-0 Seahawks at 4-2 Cardinals.
And we're in the nest. We are in the nest. In the rattlesnake.
Yeah. You know all about that, right?
That's
how they built the stadium
to look like a rattlesnake. Cool.
Yeah. It's fucking bad.
But that was when they did. That's when they did. They were on Hard Knocks the year that they built that stadium. But I am going to just lean towards them being my second team and take the Cardinals, edging them out. Patrick Peterson, 2 picks.
Give me the Seahawks in a tight game just because they have a terrible defense.
Yeah.
Safe call.
This is going to be a tough one for me too because I consider Arizona like a third home to me. First one's obviously Ohio. Second one's Bradenton, Tampa area, and then Phoenix because I'm always out there. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Seahawks on this one. It's the battle of the two short-running quarterbacks, and I just think that I think Russell Wilson has more experience than Kyler does.
Definitely. And I don't think it's intimidating to really play in Arizona. I think everybody comes in there and loves playing there.
I mean, it's awesome. They have the fresh grass too, which is super awesome. How they bring it out, like driving past the stadium when they have the grass sitting out there getting the sun. It's wild. I love Arizona.
Play some Top Golf. Look right at it.
Oh yeah. So
it's right across the street.
To wrap up, we're going to Monday Night Football on October 26th, one day before the Halloween special. We have the 5-1 the Bears at the 4-2 LA Rams.
Wait, who is playing QB for the Bears now?
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles has stepped in. He's showing a little moxie back there from what I can remember. He definitely doesn't want Trubisky to come back in there and take his job back. I don't think anybody in Chicago wants that to happen. Yeah, but I got the Bears losing in this one.
Yeah, the Bears don't have enough offense to keep up with the Rams.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Bears can't. I'm gonna be an old guy that always talks about Municipal Stadium or Jacobs Field, not calling it Progressive Field. The Bears aren't going to come into the Coliseum and just beat the Rams like that, especially with the weapons the Rams have compared to the Bears. So I'm giving a W to the Rams. What?
They don't play at the Coliseum anymore.
I know. That's why I said I'm going to be like an old guy.
Oh, okay.
Who talks about Municipal Stadium.
I got you.
Or says refuses to call it Jacobs Field. Or Progressive Field.
I got what you're saying. I wasn't keeping up.
Pretzeled up here, dude.
I'm pretzeled up too. That's why I didn't get what you were saying. Appreciate you explaining it, my man.
All right, and that's those are our predictions for the week. Anything else, fellas?
Dude, that was a good time. My roommate in Arizona is trying to get us on a podcast at our crib. We got a couple microphones over there, so I would definitely like to get it going another time. I don't know about directly. I will be leaving on Friday next week, but another time soon I would like to hop on with you guys.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. Appreciate you coming on. As far as me, keep looking forward to getting more of this every Friday.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Randy.
I was just going to say, give me a call or something tomorrow. I'll be around in the late afternoon and be free after Sunday too, until next Friday.
Sounds good. I will give you a call. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Triple F on AGP. I'm Ethan Simpson.
I'm Brendan Ward.
Randy Paskett.
Sorry, it's this way. I keep forgetting.
You guys have a wonderful weekend and go Browns.
Go Browns.